I've been sewing a mini capsule collection composed of 4 pieces that go with each other. I've also combined them with 3 other garments in my wardrobes. So it's a 7-piece mini collection and I'm showing you the final 2 pieces today. Super excited to share. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. This week has been super fun for me. I've sewn 4 pieces that I really wanted to sew, all in the context of sewing a mini capsule collection. Little tiny collection. I don't go overboard and do huge ones. It's not my usual style of sewing. I usually just sew whatever I want in whatever print or color I want. There's usually things that will go in my wardrobe with whatever I sew, but there was one color, nice royal blue, that I had only a few pieces and I had a hard time pairing it to other things other than black or white, so I decided to just make that color grow in my wardrobe a little bit. Now, in the last video, you would have seen the first 2 garments that I made, all in the same print. This is a very, very lightweight corduroy. It feels to me more like denim, but it is definitely corduroy. And it's got amazing paisley. This is a cleft jacket from Love Notions that I made with a curved hem hack and a facing. So that is different from the pattern and I showed you how to do that. This is an enquiries skirt also from Love Notions that goes with it. Lovely, lovely set. Why am I talking about Love Notions? Because the big spring site-wide sale is still happening. It finishes tomorrow, the 3rd of May. So it goes all the way through tomorrow. 40% off the site and also includes the courses. The only pattern that is not included in the sale are the crescendo jeans, which was the latest release pattern just a few weeks ago. So that one's not on sale. But the whole rest is. My affiliate link is always in the description box and the pinned comment. If you shop through my link and click there, take you straight to the site, and if you end up purchasing, I get a commission back. That's one of the ways I make an income here on YouTube. I also have a code. At this point in time, it's 10 lifting. If you type that at checkout, you get an extra 10% off on top of sale price. And I've been showing you some inspiration this week and I hope you've been enjoying the mini capsule. Love these. Now I'm going to show you the other 3 garments I was going to use to pair up with these garments. This is a Lennox top. It's a pattern from Love Notions for knits. This is actually part of the pattern which just uses the bodice that would have a skirt on it. But instead of the skirt, you just sew a hemband and it turns into a really cute crop top. It's got a square neckline. And then I made a Juliet top the other day. The Juliet top is not cropped. All I kept from the Juliet was everything except that I made it cropped and used the hemband from the Lennox top. This one has a lovely front yoke detail with a fake placket, little buttons there just sewn through and lovely gathers there. Super lovely. From far away, I suppose they look similar because they're both cropped, but they have different neckline details. And the other garment I was going to use is my Lennox skirt. This would be sewn onto that blue bodice that I showed you. It's just that I added a yoga waistband instead and it makes it a standalone skirt. This is a paneled skirt. It's quite long. It's got an opening there on one of the sides to show a little bit of the leg. Love it. And it's blue. I've only paired it with black, so now I have a lot more options. Now today I'm going to show you the final 2 pieces I plan to make this week. This week I plan to make 4 garments. It's quite a lot to make in a few days. They are all woven projects. I haven't made anything that takes an hour to sew. They all take their time to sew. In the video where I showed you my plans, I showed you this amazing rayon print. I'll show you an image here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I told you I wasn't going to tell you what I was going to sew with it. That's because it's a pattern that hasn't been released yet. It will be released tomorrow though at Love Notions. I've been authorized to share mine a day in advance. This skirt has been in the newsletter. You've seen sneak peeks all over the Facebook group, so you might know about it. It's called Caprice. I'll show you line out here. It's a lovely pull-on skirt, elastic waistband, inseam pockets, and then tiered options in different shapes, lots of versions. All of them include some type of gathering, some type of different shape. So I chose UA, which is the one with the fake button placket and the curved T at the bottom. So there's only 2 skirt pieces in this full skirt. Goes down to the floor. I will have the full pattern review tomorrow and all the sewing for it. Plus 2 more skirts that are not blue. They do not go into this collection, but this one does. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I was showing you the back. Yeah, this rayon is amazing. It's super lightweight. I chose to make this skirt out of it because of the flowiness of it, and it's always something I want when I do gathers. So this is view A. It's got a first T that's long on the side. It curves up, and there we have a placket with buttons. I actually hacked the pattern to make a real placket instead of a fake placket because I wanted my bottom tee to open up completely when I walk and I can show a little bit of leg. So that was a little hack I did that I'll show you someday how to do. This time I did not film it, but it was pretty easy. And the waistband is just folded under on the top. I did top stitch my elastic down, and this is just so comfortable. It's amazing. It goes right up to my ankle. I took my time to figure out where to put this center area to have the same print going down here in the first tee and the second tee. The stripes are always going to get distorted if you have gathers at the bottom, and the reason I chose this fabric was because it has vertical features, but they aren't exactly high contrast type of stripes. If these were stripes, I would not want to do a tiered skirt because of all that distortion. It really disturbs my eyes. But I think this print is busy enough to get those vertical features, but to not affect the distortion that much in my eyes. So I'm very happy. It's just such a lovely skirt. This one is different to the other ones you'll see tomorrow because this is a lightest weight fabric. On the inside, all of my seams are serged together, not pressed open like you see in my versions you'll see tomorrow. So that was different just because the fabric is so lightweight. Such an amazing make. It's not hard to sew. This took me a little while longer because I did a real placket instead of a fake placket, and there's a lot of buttonholes and buttons involved. That's what took the longest, but I put that upon myself because I wanted to do this hack. And I'm very happy because I get to wear the skirt open, which is something I always like when I'm using a long skirt, which I only started wearing like a year ago, long skirts. I hadn't worn long skirts since I was about 20 years old, so pretty long time. Tomorrow I will tell you all about the fabric, the sizing, all the details. This is just so you can see my version, just see it. And it goes right into this mini capsule. You're gonna see it paired with my Juliet top and my Lennox top, and then with the top in a little bit. So let's see this fabulous flowiness on. Here is my gorgeous Caprice skirt in 100% rayon. This is a pattern that's releasing on the 3rd of May. So this is a sneak peek. This is one of the views. Mine reaches to the ankle. There's some gathering details and a placket you'll see later. It's super, super nice. This print is amazing and it goes perfectly with my blue Lennox top. I love them together, and I'm so happy I have more options for this top because I really did it in the past. And I'm just swishing so you can see the floatiness of this fabric. This print has vertical details, but they aren't exactly stripes. It's pull on, it's elasticized, it's super comfortable. It's a pretty easy make. If you've never made a skirt, this could be your first, and you can see the placket in the center over there. Lots of white buttons. I actually made mine to be a real placket, not a fake placket, because I wanted to open up the bottom of the skirt so that you could see a little bit of leg when I walk. And also for ventilation. I love how this skirt feels. It feels so amazing. It's really light, it's really airy, and it's just a dream to wear. I gave myself extra work with all the extra buttons, but that's okay. I'm very happy with the result here and how this blue skirt fits into this mini capsule. Love it. Here is a similar look with the other top in this capsule, and this is my Juliet top in off-white. Goes perfectly here. I changed the shoes, changed the bag, and it's the same very floaty look, very summery, very springy for me. I'm in autumn, but it's like spring, and I love it. I love the addition of opening that second tee at the bottom with a real placket. I can close it up. There are functioning buttonholes and buttons all throughout, and I love that. And yeah, this is amazing. This Juliet top originally is a neat top that's nice and loose and long. I just cropped mine and added the hemband from the blue top you saw previously as a hack. And it's got such amazing details on the neckline. I really love this top. I love how it goes with this skirt. It's just perfect. The last garment in this collection was going to be made out of a royal blue linen I've been holding for quite a while. When I showed you this in my plans video, I said I'm not sure what I'm going to make here, and it took me a while. Actually, it took me up until 12 hours ago to finally decide. What really made me decide was the amount of fabric I had left over. If I see that I'm going to have a small amount left over to make something, I'm okay with that. But when I see I have enough for a skirt, I really want to maximize. So I made something sleeveless. I was pondering between an octave coat, but that took way too much fabric. I didn't have enough fabric for it. I wanted to make it sleeveless though. or I was thinking of an aria shirt, but I just made an aria shirt. So I went ahead with a pattern I haven't made since probably 2020 or 21, which is the Oakley vest. I'll show you the line out here. The way I made it has nothing to do with the way you see it made. So it's supposed to be made out of fleece with binding and zippers and bound pockets and stuff. It's sort of a more wintry type garment. I've never made it like that. I think the fitting is amazing on the version that has the princess seams. And I just make it out of linen. Instead of binding everything, I just create my own facings. And I created an Oakley vest in exactly the same way a few years ago. I showed you how to do that. So this time I just did the same thing. The only difference was that I added patch pockets and more buttons, but the sewing process was exactly the same. And this was a gift to myself. These two garments were 100% a gift to myself. A bit of self-care and just enjoying sewing while I'm singing, while I'm watching a video, and while I'm not filming. You know, filming and sewing is my job, but sometimes with everything, you do need a break from something that you do all the time and to just relax without the camera and the microphone and the lights and all that stuff. The reason I put so much effort into my sewing videos is because I know that you can go back to them and you can see how I did these things, and I don't have to film that all over again. So I can sometimes take a little break from filming, which makes me feel really weird and, to be honest, a little bit guilty to come here and have like a sew and tell video instead of a sewing video. But they are okay every now and then. This channel is so heavily focused on sewing. Sometimes I do need a little bit of time to myself to gift myself a project where I wasn't filming. So let me show you my Oakley vest. It turned out amazing. I'm so happy with it. The royal blue is amazing. What I do here is I just sew it like normal with the facing, and then I fold this over to have it look like a lapel, but I haven't changed the pattern at all. The facing sewn, you know, there could be a collar there or a hood in the Oakley vest, which I just ignore. I don't do that. And then I get this V neck type situation that I think looks really good, and it looks really clean. It's not much bulk over here, and it means I can wear different things underneath. This time I sewed a little button there just for decoration. This time I also sewed a button and a buttonhole just under my bust because I can't get enough overlap for that to happen there. And I added little rectangle patch pockets. Now these patch pockets, I just created them myself, just playing with paper and my previous Oakley vest. I just played around until I had a size that I liked, and I just top stitched them on the edge. I also sewed a button right through here just for decoration, the same button as here. These buttons are bigger than the ones up here. I found buttons that were matching like that, so I got a few little ones and a few big ones. The facing inside, you can see it, it's quite nice. Go ahead and watch my previous video to see the dimensions. And I have the facing on the back. The facing on the back is top stitched, but not the facing on the front. And on these princess seams on the front and the back, I have edge stitching. I think that's really nice with linen. I did sew this hem by machine, which is rare for me, but I was running out of time to do it by hand, and I think it turned out acceptable. It's okay. I did hand base my hem first to make sure it didn't twist and move, so at least I did that effort. I was planning on making linen binding out of the same fabric, but because I have enough for a pencil skirt, I don't want to touch that fabric. Later on I might have a set, you know, so I just found this bias tape I'd made years ago out of one of my son's old shirts. It's a cotton, and you never see it, and I think it looks really cool inside. I love doing that, using contrast binding. Just make sure you understitch so you can't really see it. And yeah, this is amazing. You'll see it styled with all of these other garments in this mini capsule collection, and also with my long Caprice skirt. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. This is my brand new Oakley vest. I don't sew it as per the pattern, although the pattern pieces are just exactly the same. It's just that mine is linen, and I've added facings to finish all the edges instead. It's a little bit shorter, and I've straightened out the hem a little bit. I've added a button under the bust, and some little details you see up closer, like some rectangle patch pockets on the side. I also fold that neckline over like a lapel. This blue is amazing. It's just so nice. Can unbutton that. You can see the facing finish inside. It's super neat. I created those facings from the edge of the pattern piece. It was super easy. And look at this little rectangle pocket with a button there just for decoration. I'm never putting anything in there. This is purely decorative. That neckline is just a normal neckline that I've just folded over and pressed so that it looks like a V neckline, and I've added a small button there for decoration as well. It's so pretty. For the armholes, I've used a contrast binding that no one's ever gonna see, and it's just so beautiful. Look at this fabric, it's just everything, and this color, it's just so striking. Love how it looks with the encore skirt here. It's just perfect. I've got a simple white cami underneath. I love how this looks together, the shorter skirt with pleats. This is why my Oakley vest is a little shorter as well, because I wanted to wear it with skirts that have more volume. So I'm very happy with this pairing. It's just so cute. Here is my Caprice skirt with my Juliet top, but I'm gonna add the layering piece on top. Love this blue topper, it's so nice. I think the length at the mid hip is perfect for a skirt with more volume like this. I can close it up if I want to. It's just a perfect little layer to go on top. The color there is super striking and goes perfectly with this print. This is just a dream outfit I didn't have just 24 hours ago, and with the magic of the sewing machine, this can happen for yourself as well. It happens for me all the time, and I can't tell you how happy this makes me. I absolutely love how this turned out and how they look together. Here is my new Oakley vest with my long Lennox skirt that I made as a standalone skirt. The blue tones match really well, even though they are very different fabrics. The skirt is a knit, an athletic knit, and my vest is a linen. But the blues are very similar, they don't clash. I love how that looks. Very simple outfit with the white cami underneath, white bag and the white shoes. It's just great. Two colors, keeping it simple. And this is an outfit I'm really going to enjoy wearing, because I've only been able to wear this skirt paired with black tops in the past. I was getting a little bored, and this goes so nice together. I absolutely love it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this mini capsule. You can see that you don't have to sew a whole bunch of things. This time I only chose to sew 4 things. But then I actually had about 3 or 4 more things in my wardrobe that I could mix and match. And I'm sure if I went in there and dug in a little deeper, I could find more. But I'm just happy to have all these pieces in solids and prints that I can match together and wear now and enjoy. And if I go away for a weekend, I'm gonna be dressed in blue because I'm taking all of these. Don't forget to look at Love Notions, get your favorite patterns while they're 40% off, plus a little more if you use my code. Look, my son, he's back from school. I'll see you again tomorrow with a new pattern release, the Caprice skirt. I have amazing versions to share too that you haven't seen, plus the sneaky one you saw today, full on sewing tutorial, and tomorrow is the last day of the Love Notions sale. So yeah, you'll see my smiling face tomorrow on the screen if you choose to check up on this channel. I'll see you soon. Bye.